Right, so I have returned once again today to actually deliver a stream of Zombieland Saga Revenge. Holy shit, James Cameron. What the fuck? I looked at my screen, I was like, holy shit, James Cameron. That was kind of terrifying. Just looked over and see James Cameron just on my screen for some reason. Anyway, yes, actually have returned actually episode 10 of Zombieland Saga Revenge, as episode 9 was the keynote of the keynoist, I guess. Is that even a word, term, or anything to actually describe how good something is? Well, if it isn't, then I hereby decree that we actually made a new word by calling it keynoist. It literally was really fucking good though. Like, goddamn, the episode was chef kiss beautiful. It's just it was like the perfect just culmination of the entirety of the backstory of Yugiri, and also then subsequently also kind of paralleling a lot of what's actually happening right now in a very kind of different way, because don't get me wrong, we don't have the idea of how Saga was beforehand versus now. Instead we actually have the idea of actually putting Saga back on the map instead. But I kind of like how it all played out. It's actually really well done. It kind of reminded me a lot of 60s cinema and 70s cinema. I can't remember if I actually said Shumbara or Chumbara. If I said Shumbara, I meant Chumbara in the end. Also I said Jidaigeki without remembering that Jidaigeki literally means period film as well, so I cleared that up before my brain actually forgets to actually say it beforehand. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of that kind of era of filmmaking. It actually just kind of has that feeling behind it, and it was really well done. The entirety of actually how we learned about Yugiri's character actually was great. Actually, how she's still seeing the new Saga before her eyes as well, even though she already has now known how Saga actually has changed, though she's actually now seeing a new Saga in a way, and I kind of like that. It was kind of a nice and actually sweet way to actually kind of continue her, say the words, continue her characters on, continue her character on. There we go. Jesus Christ, the heat's getting to me. But anyway, let's put on Twitter actually gone live before my brain literally shuts down. Actually then can't speak for some reason. Because don't ask me what happens to me when it comes to heat, but heat does do something to my brain. Anyway, we're actually all good to go. So as I always say, let's get a show on the road. Let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's start this thing absolutely now. I don't know how they're gonna end this series now. That's like the massive thing, because it's kind of like there's so many things it could do at this point. Because there's a whole entire thing about journalists now, haven't we? That's a massive point of to talk about. So I kind of wonder whether or not that would be like the final arc of the entire series, is actually whether or not to bring to light they're actually zombies. But then I guess, would anyone care? I've got hair in my mouth as well. God damn it. Would anyone actually really care? I don't know. I mean, it just answers a lot of questions as to what actually happened to certain characters that they don't know what happened to them. That's kind of the major thing. It answers the questions they've had lingering for like years. But aside from that, would they really react in a really kind of like, holy shit, what the fuck kind of way? Or would they just kind of go, kick ass and carry on? I mean, it'd be better for them really, because they actually don't have to hide the idea they're zombies. That's kind of like the positive behind it all. So I kind of wonder whether or not the entire thing is going to lead towards the idea you're fearing. Oh yeah, by the way, they're going to get exposed and then subsequently also then, I guess, broken up. Because they're zombies, and how can zombies live in society? But then, I kind of imagine it'd be like, it's 2021, no one cares about zombies in society at this point. I mean, it's one of those things that everyone will be like, oh, okay, zombies, I guess. I mean, would be the most wild thing to happen in society at that point. So when they boost tourism as well, because let's be real, if they have a town in Japan that has zombies in it that aren't actually evil or one that actually eat your brains, everyone go there. It'd be amazing. Why isn't? There you go. There you go. I figured it out. That's how they market Saga. I'm telling you, I'm a genius. Because no one knows about it yet. essentially really all of the character arcs are kind of done at this point. Well, to an extent. Like, character-centric episodes are kind of done for, really. So now we actually kind of got, like, a overarching arc. I kind of feel like Season 1 faltered a tiny bit because of the idea of, actually how they ended Season 1. It was good, but I feel like it kind of felt like it wasn't as good as the previous episodes. So I wanted to actually remedy it this season. God damn, that man has such energy. I wish I had that much energy in my life. I like that optimism. Uh-oh. Facing the past, bro. Facing the past. Or present, kind of, I guess, at the same time. Not present, really, but it's past. But you know what I mean. I guess they're going. I guess he just kind of threw him to deep end at this point. I mean, it's kind of like a good way to conclude the entire series. Ty's just kind of vibing the entire time as well. You know, two of the characters. Well, actually, no, one of the characters now we actually don't know why she's a legend still. I'm still telling you, if all fails, the idea of actually just saying they're zombies will actually very save them as well. Let's be real. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be the one to fix it all. I'm on X Games when it comes to thought processes. It's kind of a nice way to end it, because it kind of then, in a way, if it fixes the entire... Well, if it goes well, it kind of fixes what happened originally, as well. It's kind of a nice circle, in a way. Kind of like what happened with Yugi's actual entire arc, as well. It's kind of a nice circle. So you gotta put your heart to it. You gotta give it all. You gotta give all your heart, bro. Kind of weird. Also, is actually it's kind of like the best zombie property I've seen in a very long time, to be honest. Because every single other zombie property I've actually kind of watched has kind of always gone to shit by like the midway point of the series. But this one actually kind of continues on being really good. So that's cool. I was thinking the exact same thing. Oh, that's kind of weird. Me and Saki are actually on the same wavelength just then. It's kind of scary, to be honest. Junko do be best girl though. She do be best girl. I couldn't believe that Cotter actually was a Zeppelin fan though. That's actually kind of cool. So I actually did point out that that Cotter's actual guitar is modelled after Jimmy Page's guitar, I think. So it's actually kind of cool. That's quite difficult. Yo, that's got a sting though. It's got a sting. Can a zombie get stung by a bee? So could you actually say that stings, even though can a zombie feel the exact same sting as a live person? That's the real question. Man had the wind behind him as well. Man's got the wind behind him. I finally got rid of that hair. God damn it. It's annoying me so much. God damn. The events hit him goddamn hard. The man's done. It's a lot of million, to be honest. That's 20 million too many. Gotta cling to positives in this context, don't you? It's kind of interesting to see the whole entirety of what happened as well. Again, it'd be kind of interesting to see whether or not they actually end the series off on like a massive concert. So it kind of counteracts the original, kind of counteracts how the show started. That'd be a kind of cool ending. It's got to be kind of impressive, to be honest. See, motivation comes from the most unlikely of places. Also includes Ty as well. That also includes Ty. Because this kind of mirror like how like, well, let's say the original, but you know, the past, how originally it was kind of like the idea that it wasn't going so well. It wasn't going to be like, oh, this is never going to happen. We can't reclaim it. Actually, then it had its own independence as well. So kind of like how the events are mirroring one another. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way to kind of continue on and actually then subsequently, I guess, end it as well. But still, the lingering idea is whether or not anything will actually happen with the journalist. I kind of think it's an understatement, to be honest. Let's be real. Swept away is one thing, and just kind of being just smacked onto the actual what's it called? Onto the actual rocks is another, to be honest. Just enough, the man always comes near squid as well. The more I think about it, the man's got an attraction to squid. They always come. It's either has squid or actually is near squid. The more I think about it. Yeah, it's kind of a bad idea, to be honest. Sometimes in life you got to be swept in by the tide. Actually, kind of get an epiphany to actually fix something as well. It happens. Let's be real. It happens. Do a documentary. That's how you do it as well. You got to do a documentary to actually kind of be like, bruh, this is what happened. You got to pull a Saint Anger like Metallica did. Oh man. Where the fuck have I seen that shot before? That wasn't a Bari shot, was it? Nah, I don't think it actually wasn't a Bari shot, was it? Sometimes anime just has a random tendency of doing a Bari shot randomly. So you got zombies by chance? Like, no? Alright. Solves the whole entire problem. I actually can't believe I actually got like a back shot of Ty as well. We're not even allowed to see Tyre. Well, they're not zombies. Is there a law against that? How does one kind of stop someone from actually being able to actually be like, well, build zombies now? Yeah, wouldn't it just like kind of propel the popularity as well, because they're zombies, and zombies are kind of cool sometimes when they're not like, you know, trying to eat you and shit. Kind of ominous. Let's be real. It wouldn't necessarily kind of be like, oh shit, pack this all in, boys, we're going home because they're zombies. No, they'd be like, everyone would be like, kick ass, they're zombies. They're kind of trying to make it seem as if they're actually gonna fail because they're being exposed to be zombies. Like, nah, I don't think so. I might be wrong. Ah. Ah. Context. And there we go. We actually have his motivation in the entire, like, what's it been, like, almost 24 episodes? Actually, now we find out his motivation. Yo, name drop. Well, it took a while, but we actually now find out his motivation. Just a little bit slipped in there about it. So, well, shit. Now we know. I guess the idea of actually putting Saga on the map isn't like, oh, I just want to go and do it for shits and giggles, but no, it's legitimately he has to kind of save it. There's actually a reason behind it now. Oh shit. Oh, that's got hurt. It's got hurt, bro. Did that building just sink? I think it did. Honestly, I actually think that building just sunk. Well, yeah, I mean, the major thing is we actually kind of find out the reason to why Koth was actually doing all of this the entire time, because you're kind of wondering what the hell his deal actually is. There's always been a mystery, as much as like say, let's just say like, god damn it, you get his actual mysterious like past. You still didn't know what Koth actually was trying to pull this entire time, but at least now we actually kind of got full confirmation to why he's doing what he's doing. It's kind of nice, because otherwise we kind of just stuck there wondering. Because again, it's the idea of saving Saga. You're kind of like, what's he saving it from? Hello, Konbanwa, Genki desu ka? He's like, what's he saving it from in this context? Because it's like there's not like a force of nature in this context. Actually, kind of was, but There's no like major, say like alien or creature coming from the depths to actually wreak havoc upon Saga. No, it's you just kind of wonder why the hell he's doing all of this. At least now we actually kind of find out why he's doing all this. It actually is almost like a repeat of the previous. I guess in this context, it's kind of a bit more serious as well. This is the idea of actually he has to legitimately save it because it literally will be wiped completely. I realize I've seen this somewhere before. I actually can't believe I was actually that quick. I was like, it's almost been out for an hour, if I remember correctly. I have no idea. Sometimes I'm actually quick and sometimes actually really slow. I guess, theoretically... What I didn't mute my microphone for? I guess, theoretically speaking, it's kind of cool how they've done this, because it is one of those things that it kind of... It brings everything full circle in a way. The idea of actually how their disastrous previous... it's a good episode overall, actually. I quite like it. It's actually a really good start up to the actual final arc. I thought it's actually a better start to the final arc than the season 1 was, so that's actually kind of good. You know, season one actually was almost perfect, but season 2 has an amazing start to a final arc. I like how it's bringing it full circle in a way, because it is one of those things that it rights the wrongs of the disastrous concert. It then brings full circle the idea to actually what Saga truly is, because again, don't get me wrong, it's one of those things we don't really consciously think about too much. Don't kind of go, oh shit, Saga, what the fuck's going on here, lads? No, but at the same time, it would be nice to actually kind of find out some information about it, actually kind of then help us to understand to why he wants to do what he's doing. Besides the idea of actually putting Saga on the map, actually kind of then saving it, and actually kind of bringing back in, I guess, tourism revenue, there has to be more to it. And they actually then, now we know there's more to it. It's the idea of this curse, the idea of like what could happen if they don't actually save it, and all those things. I like all these things because it kind of does, in a way, help us understand to why we were here the entire time. So again, they could have just gone the entire time by saying, "Oh yeah, we just want to save Saga," and actually kind of put it back in the map and actually kind of give it some, like, I guess, life, pardon the pun. But they actually kind of have it to actually be this like almost cosmic idea. It's actually kind of cool. It gives it kind of a bit more meaning behind it. It's a good thing to miss. That's kind of not a bad thing to miss it for, to be honest. Akira's actually an amazing movie. It's a good thing to watch as well, to be honest. I need to watch that one day again. I need to watch the 4K version. One day I will upgrade my Blu-ray to the actual 4K. I like 3 copies of that film at this point. So yeah, I mean, again, I like it because it kind of does, in a way, also help bring certain things with characters full circle as well. The idea of I as well. It actually is kind of cool, and actually kind of then strengthens their resolve as well. I like all these things because again, it's one of those things. Season 1's final arc was kind of a little bit because it focused mainly on Sakura's character, which wasn't too bad, but at the same time, it kind of felt like it could have done more in a way. I kind of feel like this is kind of righting the wrongs of the previous season as well, actually kind of giving us an ending that does also give us a really, really good conclusion to possibly this whole entire anime series. Because again, we don't even know season 3 might be on the horizon. Still, again, we don't know if Tai actually will ever wake up, but still, I like what they're doing. They're doing some pretty cool things. Also, like the lingering idea of the journalists as well, because again, I don't necessarily believe in the slightest they will actually kind of be exposed and actually then subsequently broken up because they're zombies. I don't necessarily think the public conscious will actually react that way. More, I think they'll probably just say, okay, that's kind of cool, alright, and actually then carry on. I don't necessarily think like the idea of actually resurrecting dead idols might be an issue. It might in theory be a couple of laws broken there, but at the same time, it kind of then gives a sense of like, oh shit, they can actually raise dead, but at the same time also, oh shit, we have a reason to visit Saga as well. It kind of gives it the tourism feel as well. Even though, again, it'd be a really weird touristic idea to actually kind of say, okay, come to Saga, we actually have zombies here. That'd be a really weird thing to put in a brochure, but I respect it. I respect it. Also, kind of like they also focus on Kotora's actual character as well, because again, he's kind of like the funny guy. He's the guy who is making us laugh the entire time because he's energetic and actually does some weird shit. But at the same time, he's a person as well, really. He's a person as well, at heart. I kind of like that we actually kind of get in a whole entire arc that explores his character as well. I kind of like all these things. They're doing some really great things with this whole entire series that I just can't stress enough how amazing this season actually truly is. Season 2s tend to kind of, in certain contexts, just kind of carry the series on, or exists to kind of make some more revenue. In this context, it kind of gives us a reason to actually kind of care. It's actually kind of up the ante. It's giving us a season that actually has, in theory, actually kind of just blown everything out of the water, actually kind of given us what is truly a masterful season 2 that I haven't seen in quite some time. So I really do hope to stick the landing with the end of this whole entire season, because it will in theory be legendary, as they're trying to do with the whole entire concept. And I kind of like as well that we actually did in theory get the entire context as well, like the lingering idea to why is this all happening, essentially. I like that. That's cool. Ty is actually amazing. She's amazing in this episode as well. I love her to bits. So yeah, that's me done for today. I can't wait to actually then see the final of this whole entire season. I believe we're on the final stretch now. Next week's episode is either the penultimate or the semi-penultimate. I can't remember. Either way, I'll be here next week to actually see how it concludes. Well, see how it continues on to be concluded, I should say. Until next time, actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream. Then always, I can't speak anymore. The heat's getting to me. You actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream, then as always, do leave a like because it does help quite a bit. Actually have then enjoyed this whole entire stream as well, and doing for it as well, always leave a subscription as well, because both do help quite a lot. And then as always, do always leave a follow on Twitter, because it does help quite a bit. Actually will then know when he streams are live and any other streams I do as well. And as always, goshoucho arigatou gozaimasu. Boku no dogo wo oshiroi to omotta ine ya charu toruku wo onegaishimasu. So until next time, episode 11 of Zombie Land Saga Revenge. I'll see you guys then.